Hi, my dog lovers. Hi. Today, I would like to talk to you about simplicity of medical language and how important it is for us to communicate better and learn about our dog's health and keep them healthy and long living for many years to come. Just about 3 months ago, I had a conversation with a person who asked me to be on their podcasts. And when we had the initial kind of interview or preliminary conversation, I started explaining something about the spinal energy flow, and I compared the spine to a watering system in the garden, and the organs and the skin are the garden beds. And she stopped me and said, Peter, our listeners are actually much more sophisticated than that. They are okay to comprehend medical language and complex Latin words, and you should not be diminishing the nature of your knowledge and medicine to compare it to a watering system. And I stopped and I thought of it and basically realized that I don't want medicine and lay people to be separated. I don't want you dog lovers who are smart and intelligent people to feel like medicine is speaking language that most people don't understand, no matter whether they're smart or not. So today I'm kind of getting together with you because I wanted to discuss this topic. I am really curious to see what you think and whether you feel that we need complex medical language or legal language. You know, when you look at lawyers, in the past, people would say, John owes Bill $100 and Bill will expect this repayment in a year. And John would repay. Now, in today's world, this would become at least a 10-page document full of legalese that nobody would understand. And I always ask whether, what the reason is for this. When I was a child, our grandfather used to tell us stories. He was a great storyteller. And he basically spoke in very simple but very colorful language. And sometimes we had a conversation with him about words that we didn't understand. And he says, well, sometimes people use words that others don't understand because they want to look fancy or they want to look smart or they're afraid that they would not look smart enough. He gave us examples from medicine and said, well, some normally you would say that you have a runny nose. But a person would say something like, I have liquens nassus due to acute rhinitis purulentis. And that would be basically a runny nose, runny pussy nose. But it sounds much more fancy. And if someone says, my dog peed on the carpet in my living room because of a bladder infection, and that person would say, my Canis lupus had stranguria due to cystitis bacteria labus. Obviously, that sounds funny, but we speak like that in medicine. And often I ask why. Now, the first possibility is that it is because it is very expensive to go to medical school and law school, and the language serves as some sort of separation or protection from other professions. But there are many other professions that are respected and make a huge difference in people's lives, and they don't use the foreign language. So, I would encourage everyone who wants to get closer to their patients or their clients to actually be much less convoluted and much more human with language. I think the linguistic separation may have resulted from doctors and lawyers always being respected, but it also made our profession feel, in general, that we are separate from others. And I think that is wrong. The third possible reason is that when a very complex, convoluted, and hard to understand language is used, others do not question it. I notice that when I write on medical conditions, there are fewer questions than when I write, let's say, about dog diet, raw food, and people immediately have a lot of opinions. So when a language is hard to understand, people are less likely to question what the medical practitioner or lawyer is saying. Again, it may have served us in the past, but I think that it is much better to come to our clients and community and customers as equal. There is another possibility that using complex medical language, using legalese, is just an obsolete remnant from the past, and that neither lawyers or doctors really need or feel the need to be special or use that language, that we were just taught that way. And because this is a very highly likely possibility, I wanted to bring this to everyone, and I wanted to see what you think. I wanted to see what other colleagues of mine think, and whether we could gently and slowly move towards using language that is rich and beautiful, but simpler and easier to understand. Thank you so much for listening. Give your dog a hug for me, and I'm looking forward to being with you here again. Take care. Bye-bye. So I am back here because this morning I recorded the whole video, and then I went skiing because it's a weekend and I love to ski. And as I was skiing and sitting on the lift, I was thinking maybe there is another reason why veterinarians and doctors made language complex and use Latin. And that may be for the purpose of research and for the purpose of communicating internationally. So I must say that, in a span of a few hours, I have changed my opinion a little bit about why we made our medical language complex. Nevertheless, that does not change my opinion that medicine and medical language could be simpler. And I still see no reasons why lawyers and the legal profession has made their language complex, lengthy, and hard to understand. So this is a little addition to my morning recording. I hope that you will continue watching my videos and reading my articles, and thank you for trusting our products as well and keeping your dog healthy and happy for many years to come. Thanks so much.